Beginner's guide on how to survive in the cursed walking zombie apocalypse Minecraft mod pack. Step 1 is how to download and install the mod pack. So you're going to need Optifine. You're going to need to make sure your Java edition is on the latest Java version, and then whatever shaders you want to play with. But the mod pack does come with its own shaders that are pretty good, so it's up to you. Then you need to download CurseForge, which is a mod manager / installer, and then type in cursed walking and then download the mod pack. It's going to take a while, so just let it do its thing, but then just double click it, load it up, and if you hear zombies screaming and the title card has changed, you know it's all working. I've done a detailed tutorial video on this, so just search my channel and you'll find it. So the next thing you're going to want to do is alter all your settings. So when you spawn in, your shaders won't be turned on. So go into the video settings and then turn the ones that are associated with the mod pack or your favorite shaders. Once your shaders are working, you're going to find out that your keybinds are all over the place. So for example, R for me was reload shaders, combat roll, reload, and get in and out of planes. So it was quite a lot going on that key. I've kept it as it is so you can still play like that, but just be wary that your key bindings are going to be all over the place, so this is the part to do it. You don't want to train your muscle memory like I've done, where reload and combat roll are on the same keybind, because whenever I'm on a pillar and there's like 50 zombies around me, sometimes I'll accidentally roll off when I'm trying to reload and I'll just get swarmed by 50 of them. I like to change my perspective POV a lot in Minecraft, especially when I'm recording clips, so that is also on R. So I changed that to the tilde key under escape so I could get like my thumbnails and stuff. If you're a YouTuber or you like recording your content, you should turn your music off now, because you get copyright strikes from whatever music is in this mod pack. So just a heads up for content creators. When I was talking about combat rolling, you can hold shift when you're on a ledge and it won't combat roll you off the edge. So if you make a pillar and you don't change your keybinds, you can just hold shift and you're fine. Okay, so part 1 is done. We've got all the settings and install and the boring bit out of the way. Now it's time to survive. So step 2, surviving in cursed walking is not easy. It's going to catch you off guard. It's going to be difficult. You're going to get swarmed out of nowhere, and the zombies just really like to catch you when you're not expecting it. The one thing I'd say is over prepare, have more than you need for everything, and stack yourselves up in armor and shields immediately. A good rule of thumb in this mod pack is assume everything is just going to one-shot you. So for example, I was messing around at the water temple and I was trying to climb on a whale, and I accidentally punched the whale and it literally one-shot me. I had full armor, full health, like I even had some diamond armor on, and it literally one-shot me. Then I was wandering up north where the biomes change, and I was like, oh, what are these cool fluffy big things over here? And then before I knew it, I had 4 bisons charging at me. They flung me into the air and they like wombo comboed me. So just assume everything's out to get you in this mod pack, and always have a shield ready and always have an escape route ready. In the cursed walking mod pack, all the enemies do double damage, they see you from twice the normal range, and they swarm you like crazy. There's just more enemies, they're harder hitting, they're faster, everything is just on steroids. Some of them are enchanted and like they've got potions, so they sprint at you at like 200 miles an hour. Some of them are like mini bosses where they've got a backpack on. Sometimes the backpack is playing music, and they've got a lot of armor and weapons and tools. So if you didn't know, zombies can spawn in with shovels and pickaxes in this mod, and they can literally invade your base and get at you from any angle. So if you're deep in the mines mining, they can dig down from a cave above and just swarm you in your branch mining system. While there are a lot of enemy mods and kill mods in this, there are some immersive mods. So there's raccoons that are wandering about and they'll literally come up to you and beg for food. There's seagulls that dive bomb you and fly up in the air properly. It's very immersive. I think it's Alex's mods, so anything you see on there, you'll find a book when you spawn in, and you can just go through what the description is, how they behave, blah blah blah. But the main threat in this mod pack is the blood moon zombies. So On your 7th day, the moon will go red and it'll be a blood moon, and you'll get absolutely swarmed by zombies. They're more aggressive, there's more of them, and they'll just tunnel into your base and slaughter you. So I'd recommend building a sky base to get you out of this, but any reinforced base will do as long as you've got good escape routes. The combat system is also completely different. The animations have changed on all the zombies and the way you swing your sword. So it's supposed to be more immersive, but I actually find it quite clunky, I'm not going to lie. It's better to just get yourself onto the weapons as soon as possible. So get your pistol, get your shotgun, get your rifle out, they're well better. But unfortunately, until you get iron and copper to like fund those guns, you're stuck with a shield, which is essential. If you're playing the hardcore version, one little scratch from the zombies will infect you, and then you'll need to de-infect yourself. So depending on whatever difficulty you're playing, melee combat is just never good in this. Like, the best thing you can do is get a shield, get a good sword, and then climb up a pillar and like slash at them. But they can like stack on top of each other as well and scramble up to get you. So build your pillars higher than you think, because they will stack on top of each other. Once you've got a shield and sword, you really want to get armor as quick as possible, and then you really want to enchant your gear. So all the zombies you're going to be slaying gives you a lot of XP levels quick, so try get the enchantment table as quick as you can, because like I say, they do catch you off guard. It's absolutely devastating when they take 40 levels off you and you've still not got your enchantment table. It happened to me like 3 or 4 times before I finally got set up. I underestimated how difficult this mod would be and how effective the swarming zombies would be. Like, I brushed them off, but they always caught me off guard. They're ruthless. Practice blocking and swinging to get good at it, but the way the combat and sword animation behaves, like no matter what, you kind of get hit. And you can get hit round corners, you can get hit through one blocks, so you just don't want to be in melee range at the end of the day. You want to get guns as quick as possible. Like, melee range is last ditch effort. You should always try to have a water bucket to escape and building blocks at the ready. So get used to your keybinds to quick switch in combat. So for me, I have my shotgun on number 1, then my rifle on number 2, then my sniper on number 3, and then my Gatling gun on number 4. And then if I've got a bazooka at that point, that will probably be on 5. But then you need to squeeze your pickaxe in, you need to put a water bucket in, your food in, building blocks, and then ender pearls if you've got them. Always have an escape route ready. Not only do you have to worry about blood moon zombies swarming you at night and in the day, so zombies spawn in the day in this mod pack as well, you need to be extremely careful when you're on water, because water zombies spawn in on the dark constantly. So you literally, if you're in water and there's a dark patch down below, they'll just constantly keep spawning in and swarming you and swimming at you. They swim insanely fast, and if you're really unlucky and you get a trident zombie on you, these trident zombies pack a punch. They'll literally one-shot your bow, then they'll like 2 or 3-shot you. They're absolutely lethal, so just be very careful. Overall, never back yourself into a corner. Always leave room to escape and kite the zombies. So part 2 was surviving the overworld. Once you've got a full set of armor, you've got your guns, you're ready to go, you're enchanted, it's time to go into the Nether. And now the Nether is always dangerous, but it's even more dangerous in this mod pack. So Pigmen will swarm you constantly the second you get XP or loot. So they don't aggress on you until you actually collect loot or XP. But when you trigger the zombie pigmen, they will attack you from all angles, they'll chase you to the ends of the earth, they're just on you 24/7 and they're absolutely insane. The range they can see you at, they do crazy damage, just you've got to turn around literally every time you mine. So mine a block, turn around, mine a block, turn around, mine a block, turn around, because before you know it, there'll be 50 on you. Even just getting to a Nether fortress is hard work, but once you get there, you've got to deal with wither skeletons, these pigmen, ghasts, bouncy slimes depending on the biome, and the blazes are absolutely lethal. So because the eyesight range of the mobs is like doubled, you've got blazes sniping you across the map. You can barely see them, but thankfully you can put a scope on your weapons, and let's say your sniper rifle, put a long range scope on it, so you can literally at least fight them, but they'll still be sniping you from across the map, and then you've got wither skeletons behind you to deal with. It's just really, really tough. So You need to have an escape route planned, you need to have safety planned, you need to have a fast respawn planned. You're gonna die and you're gonna lose your stuff, so make sure it's dead easy to get back to where you're trying to get to. When I first raided, I had my bed set to the wrong place, so I had just a nightmare session, running, getting my loot, surviving, and just repeat. It was horrible. You'll never be safe in the Nether or the Nether Fortress, so get in, get out, proper tactical Halo mission, don't linger. I might as well talk about the guns. So on the overworld, you need to mine a load of iron, copper, and gold, and then create a workbench. It's just called workbench, the weapons workbench. You need concrete powder and iron ingots, and then you need iron ingots to craft the weapons, and then you need copper ingots to create the bullets. So there's 3 types of bullets. You've got shotgun shell, actually there's a few. You've got bullets, which go in the minigun, the pistol, and the machine pistol. You've got the advanced bullets, which go in the rifle and the sniper rifle. And then you've got the shell, which goes in the shotgun. But you've also got grenades, which go in the grenade launcher. And you've also got the bazooka missiles, which go in the bazooka. You'll need redstone for that though, so just be wary. I've done a detailed tutorial video going over Mr. Crayfish's gun mod, so go watch that latest video. And then that rolls nicely into the plane mod that's inside this game. So create a plane earlier than you think. They're really easy to make. It took me way too long to create a plane. So in your workbench, type in biplane, and you can see that it needs a propeller, a copper boiler, an engine. Well, you need an engine. Sorry, you need a copper boiler to make the engine, and then you need hull on the outside. So basically it's just iron, copper, and type in all the different components. You'll see a detailed tutorial video on my channel, so if you are confused, go watch my detailed tutorial guide I published like earlier. But essentially, you right click on the ground once you've made it, just use your crafting table to help you. Then get into it with right click, and then you need to drag your coal or your fuel source into the engine. Press spacebar for it to launch, hold spacebar for your power to keep increasing, then take off from a high height. You don't want to take off from the ground because it's really hard to get an incline up. But if you build like a platform and drive off that platform, it's effortless, like it's really good. So build up high, drive off the edge, and you're flying. It's just the incline that's hard. Then when you want to land, you need to hold shift and it'll just cut power to the engines. But be careful when you do this because you do fall very quick. So point your nose up, hold the shift button, and it'll just kill all power and you'll just gracefully land on the spot wherever you're above. You do drop very quick though. When I was talking about blood moons before, there are other kinds of moons. So you've got super moons, which if you have a super blood moon, God help you. But you can also have harvest moons where your harvests are better. So if you get like a super harvest moon, you really get a lot of bread. Then there's blue moons where your luck is increased. So I'm pretty sure this just gives you XP. I think you get more XP than normal and more drops than normal. But then you can also get super blue moons. So just be careful of whatever's popping up. It'll say just before nighttime hits, the blood moon is rising. So you know then you need to fully sprint home and get to safety. Whereas if it says like, oh, the blue moon rises, it's going to be a lucky night. You're going to get more. I don't even know what it does. If you know what it does, leave a comment down below. So while we're on the topic of moons, we might as well talk about the seasons. So in this mod pack, you've got the 4 seasons: summer, spring, winter, and autumn. And depending on what time of year it is in game, is going to depend on how good your crops do on the yield. So you've got winter crops, autumn crops, spring crops, and summer crops. And as you're like exploring the world and all these new different biomes and generations, you'll discover different plants, different edibles, whatever. You'll go into a dungeon, you'll find seeds you're not used to seeing. It's just really expanded on the whole farming mod pack scene. So really, really fun, really intricate. Combine that with the moons and the zombies raiding you all the time. It's really cool. So finally, I'll say 2 things. Get to iron golems as soon as possible because they'll protect you throughout the night. If you find a village, the iron golems absolutely body all the zombies that swarm you. But be very careful with your villagers because the zombies are just insanely aggressive, so you can very easily lose all your villagers. So make sure you've got them safe. But the iron golem, sometimes 2 of them spawn in and they're just literally juggling these zombies. They're so cool. But then you need to be careful of the big bads of this mod pack. So zombie hulks wander around at night time or in the deep ravines. Like if you go really deep, you find them there as well. And these are giant tank mods essentially. They've got 3 health bars and they've got a lot of health. They've got a lot of damage. They've got AoE, they've got slam, they've got pace. They're a nightmare to deal with, but they're really fun. So they also drop Hulk hammers, but they've got 3 life bars. So let's say you're fighting one, it'll like pretend to fall over dazed and confused, and you'll walk over to it like, why is this thing still alive? You can't do damage to it while it's like that. Then suddenly it'll just, it'll burst alive again, and it'll do a big slam on you. If you get too close to it, it'll uppercut you into the air, and it'll send you like flying across the map. If you're a bit far away from it, it'll slam the ground and it'll send like earth-bending like rocks at you. So you need to be very careful because this kills villagers. It slaughtered like 20 of my cows in my cow farm I spent building all night. Absolutely well annoying. But then my iron golems started chasing it, so I had like 3 zombie hulks first, 2 iron golems and me. I'm running around, no ammo, like I've fired all my ammo into these zombie hulks. You've got 50 blood moon zombies already chasing you as well. Just, it makes for some really epic and cool close encounters, and it's just such an immersive and better combat experience than vanilla Minecraft. So 10 out of 10, I love this mod. If I've missed anything, leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you down below. What do you need help with? Leave a comment, blah blah blah. I'm just waffling now. What other mods do you want me to check out? I'm very interested in some of these spellcasting mod packs and these weapon mod packs, so I'll probably check them out next. But I want to dive down into like a really long quest one or an RPG one. We'll see. Leave your recommendations down below. What mods have you enjoyed? How are you finding cursed walking? Blah blah blah. Love you all. Hasta la vista. Peace.